Hello, my name's Cliff Stevenson and I'm the Helpful Economist. Global military expenditure is scarily high. Military expenditure has been consistently growing since the mid-90s and in 2022 reached an all-time high. This is in real terms after inflation. Now, full disclosure, I'm a pacifist and therefore I do have a bias in this, but this really worries me. Surely this level of expenditure is unnecessary. Even accepting that military spending has a role in maintaining peace, this surely is overkill and it leaves me feeling quite uncomfortable. Looking at the top 10 in 2022 by percentage of military expenditure, the US is by far the highest, followed by China and Russia. The UK is the sixth highest spending. Looking at military expenditure as a percentage of GDP, however, the US isn't the highest. This is taken by Saudi Arabia and then Russia, followed then by the US. Looking back to the trend since 1949, the UK is consistently below the US, but has followed a very similar trend since the end of the Second World War. There's an interesting point here in relation to China, because China is often presented as a global military threat. But there's no evidence of any major arms build-up in China. Now, this isn't to say that China is not a threat, but it's interesting to see that China isn't really an aggressive military power in terms of its expenditure. We can make a couple of economic points about this military expenditure. Firstly, there are massive corporate interests that lie behind this. Really powerful political interests that ensure that this spending keeps increasing. And this isn't just about defence, this is about profit and shareholders. My personal view is that I'm uncomfortable with the morality of making profit from products, many of which will be used to kill people. On the other hand, there is at least one positive aspect from military spending in that it creates a lot of jobs. Today I've also made a video on industrial strategy, and this gives us another positive point about military spending, that it's often associated with developments in technology which are useful in a broader industrial context. There's an interesting article in today's FT about a disagreement between France and Germany, where France is putting forward the view that Europe should be buying European defence systems, whereas Germany is emphasising the point that Europe should be buying cheaper, ready-made, off-the-shelf systems. I must say I lean towards the French argument here. If we have to have military spending, let's at least do it in a smart way. Let's aim to have the value-added activities occur in our domestic economy, and this will maximise the chance for byproducts and technologies that will benefit the economy. Overall, I am uncomfortable with this level of military expenditure. Personally, I would prefer much more radical ways to ensure peace, but I know that I'm in a minority on this one. If military expenditure is a necessary evil, let's at least make the best of it and maximise the economic benefits. I hope you found this information useful. My name's Cliff Stevenson. I'm the Helpful Economist. See you next time.